Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world and when you're listening or watching this. We're excited to bring you another great episode of Collecting and Connecting, episode 21. We can officially drink now. We're very excited about this. We're making a lot of progress. Want to bring and introduce our normal cohorts. We got 3-ball 34 repping the world champion Texas Rangers there. We have the man, the myth, the basketball legend, Mr. Glenn himself. And our special guest, very excited to have you on. Been following you for a while. We got Derick at Jesus with a Z on Twitter, X. Go give him a follow. Check out this cool stuff he's doing. But welcome to have you, especially you, Derick.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I love your intro, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man.
What up, Derick? What up?
Those are things that 3-ball and Glenn never say. So I already like you more than I like them.
Positive feedback and reinforcement. Way to get right to
exactly. That works, right? Yeah, I'm good, by the way. Thanks for asking. How's everyone doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
It's an exciting day, right?
A very exciting day. It's a pack drop day. We are recording this ahead of time. This week is going to be an exciting one, and very excited to see what the whole group pulls. C&C fam's been very excited about everything going on, Top Shot and otherwise.
Yeah.
Derick, I just want to say I'm a huge fan. I don't know, maybe was it 6 months ago or so? I can't remember that you just started popping up everywhere with the moments and everything, with the cool backgrounds, and I was like, this dude's cool and he likes Top Shot. Like I was very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, that was only like back in May, around May I started posting more on Twitter. In April I was not active on Twitter a lot, but I was active on Top Shot, buying moments left and right. But yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Left and right.
Yeah, we got lots of your art ready to pull up. Since Glenn's bringing that up, let's go ahead and bring some up. Talk to us about this creativity. Where are you getting this stuff from? I mean, this is awesome to put the cubes in all different types of places.
Dude, I love it.
We definitely all saw it when you were putting stuff up. It's very exciting. Talk to us about this.
Yeah, I mean, like I always think of finding ways to creatively show something, and other than that, like finding a new way to show something online, right? I don't want to for example, share the same type of art that's been shared by other people before, right? I always implement my my design experience, my design skill set with what we have here. For example, moments, they're cubes, right? And I like augmented reality as well, so I kind of put together these two ideas and just made it like that, and it's what I like about the these moments is they're not just 2D JPEGs, they're 3D as well, right? So you can do a lot of things with them from a design perspective. You can even make a augmented reality, just like the ones that they showed a few months ago, where I think Roham leaked a video where a cube, a moment is floating in augmented reality space
off of the table. Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah. That was nuts.
I want that to happen, very soon. I'm a big fan of augmented reality, virtual and mixed reality. So it's probably not going to be much anyway, when it comes to NBA moments. It's not like you're playing. I mean, who knows? Maybe we could play a game, find a. What I like about it is the Pokemon Go feature, you could hide moments in a certain location, maybe in a city, and then, people would collect moments like Pokemons, by walking along the streets. That would be a fun thing to do in the future, actually.
For sure.
That might be the only way to get me outside walking in parks.
And basketball fans and collectors, they would have fun doing it together. That's kind of the fun thing to do.
I went hiking today, King Brett. You did? Why? There's a LeBron out by the river. I had to get down there to go get that bad boy.
Sorry, couldn't tell you. I needed it for my collection. So
Derick, you hit the nail on the head. We were all sharing the same screenshot. Some of us got more creative and were able to put the videos out there and finding other ways. And then you came out and we're putting them, as you said, in augmented reality, or just putting them in different scenes and stuff like this. I know you're a LeBron and a Lakers fan, and that's pretty obvious from a lot of stuff that you put out. But
we have two LeBrons here.
Yeah, for sure. The visuals you're adding, I'll pop through a few of them while we're talking, but man, some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm more of a Lakers fan, but less of a LeBron fan. More of a Lakers fan. I actually didn't even like much LeBron going to the Lakers, because they had to lose a lot of the youngsters like Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, they're
Julius Randle.
Yeah, you're going to get some fans in the C&C bringing up this type of drama. So if I was just to go right for the throat and say LeBron or MJ, you're saying what?
That's a funny question. It's interesting and a funny question.
He's like, no comment.
Very nice sidestep. I love it.
I don't have an answer to that, to be honest, because I didn't grow up in the MJ era. I only watched highlights. Of course, there's the recency bias. I might say LeBron, but I mean, based on what I watched so far with MJ, he's also pretty great. So it's hard to say, but people who live the MJ era might say something different. You could say he's more dominant, and more like athletic and all the other things that makes MJ great, But there's not one easy answer to this.
Great
it would be easier
point,
to
great
compare.
answer. I like how you sidestepped that.
Yeah, it would be easier to compare like players from both same generation. I mean,
Check this LeBron out, dude. Glenn, we were talking about this one when we saw this one pop out. That might be one of the coolest things I've seen. That's
cool. That's really cool. I like the way you kind of match the colors and you did some mirror work there.
Yeah, on the bottom, it's so sick. The mirror work.
Yeah, and I remember we were joking around.
One of my favorites, actually. I'm glad you actually put this one of my favorites. Just like you said, Brett. Like the reflection and then like the lights. It matches the actual design of the cube. That's what makes it looks amazing.
Yeah, those of us common collectors, we didn't really even notice how badass those cubes were because we hadn't got our hands on legendaries and some of those. And man, they really escalate the artwork when you get to those higher tiers, and some of these are really cool, man.
Yeah, they are.
Derick, I was gonna ask you, have you always lived in the Philippines?
I was born here, but I grew up in Italy. Me and my family immigrated to Italy when I was like 12.
Wow.
Lived there until around 21. Then spent 2 years in the U.S. Studying at Iowa State.
Wow.
Like middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but I enjoyed my time there. Initially, cool. I came there for purely academic purposes, obviously, but I ended up focusing less on academics, but more on like socializing with people, because that's actually what I benefited most from.
That will happen in school. More social, less academics.
Yeah, and I was also like studying computer science, so I when I was there, I actually got more interested in meeting people out and going out, and organizing like house parties. But because I was majoring in computer science, it's hard to do that, because there's a lot of like homework when it comes to computer science. If you have to excel in the field, you have to spend a lot of time practicing, in front of the computer. It's really time consuming. So there's really little time to socialize. That's why a lot of computer science students, they're always on
the computer.
I mean,
a lot more technical.
You rarely see them
for that stuff, and it's probably pretty addicting too. Like you love your work and getting after it, and then you kind of sink your teeth in, just like the stuff we're doing now. And that's why we're collecting and connecting, so that we can use these type of platforms, so that we can, in our busy lives, jump out here and hang out with Derick, King Brett, Glenn, and the rest of C&C for a little bit. This is fun.
Yeah.
And how did you get into basketball? I know that you're a huge basketball fan, even with the Filipino FIBA team, right?
Yeah, basketball's nuts there, isn't it? They love basketball in the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, you know, how they treat basketball in here. It's it represents the whole culture, you know. And it's not easy to explain, you know, but everywhere you go, you know, there is just like always someone wearing someone's jersey. Could be Tyler Hero, Luka Doncic, you know. And the interesting part is that they don't even like some of the people, some of the like NBA players that people wear here, like their jerseys. Some of them, they're not really like popular. You know? So you can like find Austin Reeves here jerseys, and people actually know Austin Reeves, you know, even though he's not yet in the superstar level, you know.
Right. Got real basketball fans out there. I mean, I've heard, and I have several friends here that I've played with and interacted with through different basketball arenas, and it's huge over there from what they've told me, and very cool to hear from you. I can't believe how many collectors we have there.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but I think there's I'm actually planning on finding a way to gather like Filipinos together through Twitter. I mean, at least those who are already on Twitter, and kind of like make a club, you know, and start from there.
Do it.
But I have no idea. From what I've seen, like there's very little on, at least on Twitter, you know. But on Top Shot, I took a look, you know, like when I clicked the, you know, when the country thing.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot. But a lot of them are not active, you know, anymore, you know. But
so
it's still little in comparison to other countries. That's what I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, some other countries are a little bit bigger.
If you can bring more Filipinos in here, I think, you know, Jordan Clarkson will be sold out right now, or the jersey serial of Jordan Clarkson would be gone by now, because like Filipinos are passionate about basketball, literally in any aspect of it, either by playing NBA 2K or by playing it, by actually playing it, or by collecting. I think if they actually more Filipinos would discover NBA Top Shot, they would really be obsessed by it, you know. And we need more marketing on that aspect, of course, you know. But it would be fun to see more Filipinos.
I think that's something we all believe, is that we all want more basketball fans to be involved, and I think that's a big target audience there for sure. You're out there in the Philippines and doing all this cool digital work, connecting with us on Twitter, and right now streaming. You posted this the other day of how you're getting internet, and I think this is very interesting. I don't know much about Starlink and would love to, you know, just tell us a little bit about this. This is really cool, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm using right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a satellite internet, you know. I bought it like back in March. You know, I bought it because, you know, internet here is not as, you know, good as how it is in Europe or Singapore or United States, right? It's I bought it because I want to be able to stream better, have Zoom calls better, you know, with no lag, with no grainy, you know, like features. And also for gaming, I'm not a big gamer, but, you know, this is one of the big benefits of Starlink. You know, for gaming, there's, you know, low latency, little lag, almost close to nothing. And actually, since I use Starlink, you know, I my internet is basically like transcended to a different, you know, dimension, basically, you know.
That's awesome.
I tried going back, like after I started like using it, I tried going back to we also have broadband internet. So at some point I tried using our broadband internet again, and
wasn't the same.
The difference are are like drastic, you know. They're like very noticeable, you know.
That's really cool about the future, then, that it's bright that we're going to be able to have internet anywhere we want to go. If we're traveling, if we're in a country or another place that doesn't have strong internet, if we're King Brett and we're out in the middle of Texas, you know, hunting hogs or something, we could put the Starlink up and go get some packs, right?
Yeah, I actually bring it with me every time I travel, like last time back in April, me and my family went out of town. We went to this place where there's a beach nearby, and I actually brought Starlink with me, and
Wow.
I tried it there, and it was awesome. It's easy. It's really easy to set to set it up, and connect it, and it's so straightforward.
And
Was
you're
this
filming.
the
You're
beach?
filming some ladies on the beach, huh? I love it.
Yeah, was this it? I don't know if this is the picture of you being out there, but Steph Curry on the beach.
Yeah, it looks like you.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Spotlight
looks
series.
like. Ooh.
Oh man, but yeah, the art you're bringing, really cool. That has a cool shadow to it, adding that part like it is actually sitting out there on the beach. But very, very creative. It's what we all kind of got attracted to your account and seeing you pop up as you were taking something we all loved and you were putting it in cool places and really cool artwork, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I'm happy to hear if you have any suggestions. Like after this,
Don't open that up to Glenn. He'll be just DMing you.
I was gonna tell a story. A few months, like maybe 3 months ago, we were interacting, Derick, and these Mav fans are gonna love it. We were talking about Kyrie and the flat Earth or something, and I think you put him on like a flat Earth picture, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
you were asking for ideas.
Yeah, you just give me those type of ideas again. Whenever you have some, that is also funny. I would love that. I would love to do that.
Can we do one of LeBron where he's like chasing MJ? Like he's still not as good as him, so he's like chasing him. He's trying to get there, but he
Glenn stirring the pot. I love it.
How about we start with just the moments of us in a cube? That'd be cool. Put yourself in a cube out somewhere.
That'd be a handsome cube.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I saw Luka pop up and Tatum. This is a pretty sweet one right here. What is that, like a master bedroom with a view or a living room? What is that? That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, this one is recent, right? A few weeks back.
Yep.
I just had this idea of having exactly this like cubes in kind of like a private collection style of like a billionaire, and then if you go to that room, you would see these cubes, in this design. Thought it was awesome, it would be really awesome one day when we where we can have this, like a museum basically, when you go inside, and then you could see glass cubes, and then it would play the clips, and then every side of the cube would play a different, maybe angle or a different clip of the moment, because like every moment has its own, it has the intro, it has the different angles of the play, so you could actually do that, on every angle, and show different angle. The moment.
Yeah, I would love to see walking through museum type style, showing off the moments. I think we all want to show off our moments, which is why.
Yeah, just imagine one day, there's like a
like a virtual reality walk through and see like a museum. That'd be sick.
Yeah, physical museum, maybe in London, and then
shout out SCA.
You go inside. It's basically a museum where you celebrate history, right? Oh, okay. You want to see the moment where LeBron passed 38,000 points? Go there, and then you would go to that section. You would see the clip, and the colors and everything. It's a dedicated section for LeBron James and his historic moment, in NBA history. It's about, it's really about celebrating NBA history, and celebrating their special moments, the players themselves,
Love it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that you're so into the artistic aspect of it too, because we look at these as collectibles and like, oh yeah, I remember that moment, but when we forget how much time, effort, and energy goes into making the moments look the way they do, and the way they spin and turn, and the way there's so many different angles. It's awesome to see your perspective when you look at it. Like, this is art,
It is. I'm glad NBATOPSHOT chose this creative direction. So it's not just like a 2D picture, right? It's a cube. It's also a cube in a 3D space spinning. So it's not just a picture, that you could, just that. It's not as one dimensional like how other NFT projects are, right? And what I like about NBA Top Shot is it has its own, dedicated marketplace,
Yeah.
because they could control the quality of whatever they're releasing. I actually don't like the third party marketplaces, especially if you actually believe in your product. I believe every NFT project should have their own marketplaces, so they have full control of the quality of their art, and everything basically.
There's a hot take by Derick.
I will say, Derick, one of the things I love, and these guys know too, anytime you can connect emotion to something, it creates like a long-lasting memory, right? It creates a deeper tie. And what I love about what you're doing is you're taking something that you own and you're personalizing it for you and what you like in your taste. And the cool thing is, like, literally looking at these the whole time, we're like, man, I wonder if Derick can give me like a crash course in how I can do this for some of my moments and make my stuff look cool. Because like you said, D, we all want to display our moments, but right now they're in our Top Shot collection. You got to go in, you got to log in or look us up and then look at what moments we have. Or back in the day, we used to do a lot of showcases, right? Imagine if we could do a showcase with our moments, but with augmented reality, kind of like what you're doing, and we could have a showcase with all of our moments on a beach or all of our moments in a skyrise overlooking Singapore, or like on a basketball court and wherever. Like, it would just be so cool. I really love it.
Yeah.
There's so many ideas in what you said. There's so many things that can be done, to be honest. And I don't think NBA Top Shot would do all of this. It really comes down to the collectors, and they will be the ones that will extend the product.
Stuff is happening all around us for sure. You mentioned third-party sites and whatnot, but even within the community, the team communities, collectors are building things, and it's really cool to see growth on and off the platform. So let's keep it going. King Brett, you mentioned emotions. Let's talk fandom for a minute. I know we're talking Lakers. We already discussed that LeBron's not your favorite Laker. So who's your favorite current Laker? Who you love watching right now?
Current Laker? Oh man, it's Anthony Davis for sure. But
AD.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, to be honest, he became my favorite player when he was drafted. Like, I actually, I not in person, but I watched those like Team USA games back in 2012 when they had him. He hasn't even played a game in NBA, and he was already playing an Olympic game. That was he actually showed like some spectacular plays, alley-oop dunks. It's awesome. So that's also another moment where I became a fan of him.
He was incredible at Kentucky, and just the 1 year there, and he played basically all 5 positions. He could do everything. So I could see why you were attracted to him for sure. And then the Team USA spot, that's really cool. What about past Laker? Is there anybody that is no longer a Laker, maybe still in the league or retired that you like?
I mean, Kobe. Yeah.
Easy
Kobe's
answer. For sure.
He's the reason I started watching NBA. Because like my dad used to play these old Lakers games.
Mm-hmm.
Then like one time I remember when I was little, I watched the 2008 or 2009 NBA finals, and that stuck in my memory. That is the time where I became a Kobe fan before even becoming an NBA fan itself, or becoming even interested in basketball. I just love how he played, and that from that moment everything changed. I don't even like think this a lot, but my daily life is there's so many like basketball aspects in my daily life. That's what I meant. Whenever I eat my lunch, I watch an NBA highlight. Even when I was in school, when I was in college, I go back to my dorm, to my apartment. I grab my food, I will go to YouTube and watch the latest Lakers highlights while I'm eating. Those little things. I never really like notice them consciously, but basketball was really like part of my life. Since 2009. When I watched that NBA Finals against the Magic.
You're in the right place then. Glenn, we talked about having your team and being focused on them, especially at a younger age when you're very like, I love the Knicks. The Knicks are the only team I'm not going to, respect or like anybody else. And you kind of feel that way when you're younger. Kobe was one of the first players to me that I didn't love the Lakers at all. I was very anti-Laker, but when I watched him play, he's amazing. I mean, it was amazing, just incredible. He was art on the court.
You can be a Kobe fan and not a Laker fan. That's the thing about Kobe.
That's the thing about most great basketball players.
Yeah.
Right?
True. That's true.
We all have those people that we love watching and we dislike the team, but just something about watching that guy play.
Yeah, and he patterned his game after MJ. He really did.
Comes back.
No, he really did though.
I know, buddy. I know.
He copied his footwork, his moves, and I think Kobe was the closest thing to MJ as far as his will to win, his competitive nature. He didn't care if he was liked. He would push his teammates or even drag them along to victory.
That is correct.
Right? It was kind of old school. There's not too much of that anymore, I don't think.
Right.
But
no.
He
was
Kobe
one of the
that
last of that breed for sure.
Yeah,
that acted that way.
Yeah.
His mid-range game where he would reverse pivot and he would just mess with defenders. Like, it was incredible the way that he could. His footwork was so good, and he did pattern after the great one, as you mentioned. But he just did so many things and expanded it. It was really fun to watch.
That's true. What I like about him as well is his mentality, right? He plays a mental game, more of a mental game than a physical game, and he likes to mess with players' minds, even with his teammates. To be honest, he does that.
Yeah.
Well, let's play a mental game, Glenn and King Brett. We got a new segment we just started. And would love to test your fandom a little bit here. That segment is called Name That Player.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dude, the budget for this show is through the roof now. I love it.
Graphics, we are just looking so good. Thank you, Premium SD. Looking solid.
Do you say you just started this?
We did. Last episode with Bleezy, we just started that and sprung it on him and really liked it. And so now we're going to keep it going with you.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Lakers and your fandom. We're going to bring a random player up that wore a Lakers jersey and see if you can name who they are.
Sure.
It's Kobe. No, I'm just kidding.
And that would be so.
That would be a layup. No pressure. We're just having fun. Like we just said, we just started it. But take your time. Let us know what comes to your mind.
Yeah, I think you watch the Lakers at this point.
Wait, that's Jordan Farmer.
Hey,
It should be like fireworks, the fireworks effect. Because Zoom and FaceTime has that. There should be like the fireworks.
Our next investor, you could invest in fireworks for our show.
There should be, right?
Should, yeah. So
we should show the players moment after that if you have one.
A little bit for the fireworks. Yeah, moment would be sick to show that. But Jordan
does he
Farmer,
have a moment yet? Farmore?
Great job.
No, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
So great job there, Derick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wait, are you gonna show another player or what?
Look, he's like, bam, I'm 1 for 1. Let's keep
let's keep it going.
Yeah.
King Brett brought up at the beginning of the show, not to get too off topic, but we didn't get to cover it in the last episode because they were still currently playing, and me and King Brett are pretty conscious. Didn't want to jinx it at all, but to celebrate these World Series champs, both of us being from Texas. We've been to Rangers games together. So we're both wearing the Rangers hats, but there's me and King Brad at the old park. Shout out to the World Series champs, Texas Rangers. Real quick.
Texas Rangers.
Heck yeah, dude.
When was this?
This was about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Oh, yeah. They
Maybe
won
longer.
like 4 days ago.
This was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. You would think I'd be a lot skinnier, huh?
Yeah, me and
Exactly.
King Bev
That's what I
known
thought.
each other for a while, but yeah, Texas Rangers was very exciting. We were in the middle of the World Series last time we were recording, and didn't want to put the hoax on there, but now that we got the W, wanted to celebrate a little bit.
Nice. Yeah, Derick, do you play basketball at all?
Not anymore. I used to play when I was in Italy. I actually played a few games for this like Italian team. It's
What?
like Series D, semi professional.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
I only played for a few games. It was fun. I played
Modesty. I love it, Derick. You baller.
It's not a big deal, professional.
Semi-pro basketball for fun.
No big
Me
deal.
and Luca used
That's
to
awesome,
play.
Derick.
we weren't getting paid, and it was like under 21 category, under 21 category. I was like 18 at that time, and I was also like going to school, so it was fun. It was just for experience. I thought it was gonna be, a fun thing to do. So I kind of like did it, and with no expectations, of course. Yeah.
What position did you play?
Great question.
I was like point guard, shooting guard at that time. I'm 6 foot, so I'm 6 flat, so that's what I'm playing. Maybe if I play with Filipinos, I would play center.
I was gonna say 6 foot. That's pretty tall for over there, right?
Derick's allowed to say that because he's from there.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely play like center here or power forward. I like power forward better, but
talk to me about Italy for a second. What was living there like? Food, I mean, you mentioned basketball, but like, what was living there like?
It's I mean, something special. I mean, it's hard to explain, but for me, it seemed normal.
Yeah.
Because you're a young teenager growing up and whatnot. That's very cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much things going. There's so much things that I can talk about Italy. Aside from the food, just the culture generally. The fashion. The cars. Many things. But I love living there because Italians they use a lot of swear words in their everyday language, and of course that as well. Yeah.
See, I think it's cool that you immersed yourself in a couple different cultures. I think that's important for us as humans, doing that and getting out of our comfort zone, because it opens us up and teaches us about other people. And then, like you said, at first there might be friction and problems there because you don't understand each other. But eventually, if you spend enough time, like we're all people and we can all get along. You just have to learn what people mean by their certain languages, right?
Yeah. You're absolutely right on that one. So many cultures around the world, and once you only immerse yourself with that culture, is when you actually like see the world from their point of view. Because a lot of cultures, they see the world in different ways. They express their opinions in different ways. It's just a fascinating thing to witness. When I went to the US, I didn't have a culture shock at all. It felt normal to me.
Wow.
But Italy might be different, but it felt normal to me when I went to the US, to be honest. I was my first week and I was already like attending frat parties, and doing already going out with
who doesn't want to do that though?
I love frat parties.
Yeah,
let's go right now. I've been lucky enough to go to Italy once. I was younger. I was also a teenager like yourself, and I stayed.
Where do you go in Italy?
Reggio Emilia is where I stayed. It's a very small town, but I got to visit Florence and a couple other of the big ones and see Statue of David and some museums and artwork, which was very cool and cultural. But got to have Italian ice cream and pizza and things like that. But the one culture shock thing.
Gelateria.
Yeah.
Gelato, right?
Yeah. They were trying to be very nice to me and had an American coming in their home, so they tried to have a big bottle of Coca-Cola when I got there, and I was very excited. But they don't drink it on ice there. I was asking for ice to ice it down, and they were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, you just drink that warm room temperature.
Welcome to Europe.
Yeah, I mean, you drink it like straight from, without the ice. You could ask for it, but
don't dilute it. Drink it straight.
Like.
But I guess I've learned at my older age, you got to do that with the other things, right? Too.
By the way, Reggio Emilia is like an hour away from the city that I grew up in. It's Bologna, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
small world.
I went to Rome for one of my stops on my honeymoon, so I know it's not like super indicative of Italian culture. I mean, it's obviously like the big tourist spot, but it was great. Yeah. It was great. The food was great. They treated us well. You're just walking around, and then you end up at some 4,000-year-old building that's gorgeous, and we had a great time.
And you might have noticed, like Italians, they love Americans, unlike French. Unlike French don't they despise Americans.
Yep.
Take it easy.
That's why we're not playing Evan Fournier right now. Knicks don't want to play him. They're just getting retribution.
Yeah. Dude, but Derick, I think you nailed it. The cool thing about being so many different places is starting to understand different cultures, and it opens your eyes, because when you only live in the US or only in the Philippines or only in France or Italy, wherever, you're in a bubble, right?
That's true.
You only really understand your culture and your views, but then you go to an Italy or you go to an America and you're like, oh man, this is totally different. Or, oh, I like this. I don't like this. And then you kind of start figuring out your own views and how you want to be and the type of person, like you want to play basketball in Italy. Like, that's freaking insane, dude. Like, how cool is that? And you come to America and start going to frat parties and, doing your computer science, and then back in the Philippines. And now we're all on here talking about NBATOPSHOT. Like, it's just, it's so crazy. But to be cultured and experience so many different things, it's why we collect different moments for different people on, within NBATOPSHOT, right? Because you have that moment, that experience that, oh, this guy came from Italy. I love Italian players. I love Philippine players. I love whatever. And you start collecting, and it just kind of drips through to everything that we do. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Derick, what set are you looking at right now? Like, was there a certain set you're going for on Top Shot?
Well, to be honest, I'm not much of a big fan of the set itself. I only completed one set right now. It's the Extra Spice set.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only set I've completed.
Spice.
I might look more into sets this season. But I wasn't really focused at sets at first. Never really wanted to like complete all of them. I was more focused on collecting individual moments of like players that I like first, and like especially the special serials. So that's what I really like. I met this guy when I started collecting. I started collecting back in March only, this year, and I met this guy on Discord. He has actually a lot of special serials as well, and he told me an advice, what type of moments I should look out for, and right away he told me, to focus on finding those special serials, because he said they're always going to be on demand, and people will always buy them, regardless of the player, and
Well, he's right.
And
I mean, there's people looking for those now, but there's not that many people that are special serial, buyers like you. There are, but not that many. So you're ahead of the group, and then you're holding stuff that people are always going to want. So I think that's a correct viewpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky to meet that guy. He's not really active on Twitter, but he's active on Top Shot a lot. He's always online on Discord. But I'm lucky to have connected with him, and I was lucky to receive that advice early on. A week after I started actually collecting and buying.
That's a good friend to make a week in to to your journey. Yeah, we talk about that within the C&C group a lot, that there's not a majority of the collectors on Twitter. It's probably a smaller group than we think it is. And
there's definitely more in Discord, right? Definitely more.
Definitely more in Discord. And I pushed back forever on using Discord. I liked Twitter a lot, and I've given props to King Brett before for pushing me to Discord. But just a quick pop in. Wherever you are, if you're on Instagram, Discord, Twitter, YouTube, like you're seeing this video, hopefully, you can catch us on all social medias, Collectin and Connectin, and then you can find all of it at collectinandconnectin.com. But we're
you also have
connected
to. It's pretty nice.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you got to check out that website, Derick. Like you were just saying, there's some cool stuff on there.
For sure, and we're adding to it every day. We have the blog, we have our videos, and we're incorporating all the
right now.
Stuff.
Collecting and connecting. So without the G's, right?
Without the G.
Correct. Because we're OG ourselves.
Yeah, all the G's are in the group already.
That's right.
Yeah, I would love to have you guys listening, jump in there and connect and collect with us. But part of that is what we're talking about with our cultures and people across the world. It's not a American product. It's not a North American product. Like, we are all over the world, worldwide. We're making friends all over the place because of NBA Top Shot. It's incredible.
Yeah, I know. And I met you guys. I immersed myself into the community of Top Shot on Twitter. I've never done that before when for basketball, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I actually found something in between technology and basketball, which is something I like technology, and basketball. You put those two together, and it's the perfect harmony, and that was kind of like the holy grail for me, That's why I don't mind spending so much time on Twitter and Top Shot, because it's a perfect balance, because I get to, it's technology and at the same time it's basketball. I just don't want to shoot highlights anymore, but I also like collect and meet other collectors from all over the world. It's amazing, thing to have, to belong into this type of community.
Worldwide collectors, prestige worldwide.
Were you guys active since like 2021?
Joined in February 2021. King Bryant.
How was that like? I wasn't there, obviously. How was that like?
I joined because 3-ball made me.
It felt like drinking through a water hose. Like, it was just, we couldn't catch up fast enough. Things were pretty expensive and escalating. And King Brett and I had never heard of Ethereum or Flow or blockchain. Like, I just heard of these really cool, like you said, basketball and technology. And
did you buy using your cards, credit cards? When the first one,
originally.
What was the first moment that you bought, by the way?
Great question. Miles Bridges S2, spent way too much money on it, but just had to get a moment, and couldn't get packs. We couldn't figure out how to get in the queue. We couldn't figure out anything, and finally,
this was in 2021, right?
You picked the right guy to collect. Look at what's happened for this career since.
How about you, Glenn and Brett? The first moment that you bought.
Go ahead, Brett.
My first moment was a Luka. I was very excited. Because 3-ball already had some moments. He'd already got in a pack in a queue, and he was trying to explain all this stuff to me. And he's like, look, just go buy a moment so you have a moment in your collection. And then we're going to get in this queue. We're going to wait in line. I'm like, what are you talking about? We have to wait in line to give someone our money?
And we may or may not get anything.
And I was like, what do you mean? Now I'm not going to get anything? And they're like, why are there 50,000 people in line for 500 packs? And he's like, because they're that rare. We got to get it. And it changed.
There was 50,000 people at that time.
There was
a lot,
all kinds of people, and queues were constantly paused or delayed. There was always, things that they were working out the kinks. But we've made a lot of progress for sure.
I think mine was a RJ Barrett, probably his 40K S2 moment. I'd have to go back and look. It would take me forever to go back, right? But I think that's the first thing I bought.
A lot of scrolling.
Yeah, Derick. I've made a few transactions since then. Derick, you came in at a really good price point. You're not looking at your collection like, oh my God, I spent $1 million on that one.
How much do you spend on your first moments?
Mine was probably like $5. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you bought it from the
at least
marketplace?
70.
Yeah, mine was up there.
70 that turned into a $1 or $2 moment, but it was just there was nothing available. You just couldn't get your hands on stuff, and so everything was pretty inflated. And then we got a lot more moments, and things evened out a little bit.
No, the price, the prices, the sale prices were incredible. They're mind blowing when I see those LeBron sale prices.
Yeah, don't look at
40, 50,
people
60.
actually bought them for $100,000, $200,000. What was the expensive?
We've talked about this before. We were in and this is not something me and Brett understood at all. I don't know, Glenn, if you knew much about crypto and what was happening in that world. Like there was several. There was lots of people making crazy money on this blockchain, and then they had these accounts full of Ethereum or other types of crypto. And so they're buying it, it wasn't real money at the time. Everything was so inflated. Their accounts were doing so well that they were just buying things, and it just made sense. So it didn't feel, it's like at the casino when you have hundreds of dollars of chips or thousands, it doesn't feel like real money because it's a purple one and a red one, like it's not cash.
Yeah.
But it's a much healthier economy now. I think that the prices are
on TopShot.
Yeah, on TopShot. Yeah, I think they've leveled out, and I think they show you what the actual demand and supply is right now, and I think that it had to happen. Things had to normalize because that was insane. I actually came in at April 15th, 2021, so I was like right after Cool Cats. So I was probably right when things started to go down a little bit. But I didn't have that much money. I wasn't going to go spend crazy amounts, but I made some bad buys just like anyone.
It was hard not to at the time.
TopShot should do more of those, like cool cats, like collaboration with other NFT projects, They should do more of those. I mean, what other NFT projects would make sense,
I think that would make sense for sure because it was similar ownership and people that were in charge of both had their hands in both platforms. I do like the cross promotion and the collab. And obviously we all liked the Master Challenge part of it. And we've seen that come back here in the Origins and other things where you had to own all of them to get the last one. I think we're starting to see those mechanics come back, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, TopShot's in such a good place right now. I think they experimented a lot. They kind of they know what works and what doesn't. And I think they're going to try to control the supply so everyone's happy going forward.
Plus, they got the good vibes of the C&C crew going. So we got people like Derick putting all this great digital art out there, dude. Keep it up, man.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Love connecting and collecting and connecting with you, and glad you got to jump on.
You have a TopShot shirt. I just noticed it. It's a hoodie. TopShot hoodie.
It's a t-shirt. I got the hoodie underneath it to make it look like that. But it's just a t-shirt, and I actually got this one from King Brett, my good buddy, right there in the corner.
Where did you guys buy it? From TopShot itself, or did you make it like a merchandise?
No, it didn't make it.
No, that was a TopShot thing that they did a while back where they had a bunch of shirts made. And I actually, before I was a captain for the Dallas Mavericks, our captain did a giveaway and I won a shirt. And then I was lucky enough to go to a game and win some tickets. And I think we had like 15, 20 collectors there. And all of us got a shirt when we went, which was pretty cool. So I gave one of my spare extras to 3-ball. But that was a TopShot.
Don't call me spare. Hey, look over at King Brett's shoulder. That NBA TopShot this and the orange and blue. That's the back of it.
That's the back of the shirt he's wearing.
Very cool.
That's a 9 Lives Lounge, right?
That one's next to it. Yeah, the one in the middle is the one I'm wearing. But to the right is the newest 9 Lives Lounge gear that they dropped.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Derick, next time you're in the U.S., we got to all meet up. Maybe you can make it to NBA Con next year.
When is it again? June?
Was it July?
July
in Vegas. Because I wanted to go this year. I didn't quite make it. But I think if I plan a little better, give the wife some notice, I think I'll be able to go.
What's in NBA Con again? So it's like a Comic-Con, but for NBA?
Yeah.
Basically, it's during NBA Summer League. And They're sending everything to Vegas. That's currently where the mid-season tournament, where the finals is going to be, and now they're doing the summer league. And I've had buddies that have gone previous to Top Shot that are in like the podcasting world and whatnot. But you can see the Top Shot world is growing year in, year out, going up there. And this last year looked like a blast. They had a bunch of different, the bodega, all different Top Shot events all around the weekend. And so a lot of people were there, a lot of collectors. And you could see C&C starting to grow out there as well. So
a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Derick, man, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Thank you so much for inviting me. 45 minutes.
Yeah, it flew by, right? I can't believe it.
You got to come back on another show sometime. We'll definitely invite you back anytime.
Yeah, you should get your time travel machine and go back an hour ago. Yeah,
let's start this over. Let's do this again.
Let's go.
That's right.
Just turn back the clock. All of us. Let's do it.
All I know is next time I'm gonna work on my mustache to get it looking as good as yours does, man.
You better.
Man, it doesn't even look that good, man. I gotta trim it.
From here, it looks great. It looks glorious.
Good. I'm jealous.
I'm just saying.
Some conditioner cream on there. Some mustache conditioner. Come on.
Yeah, we should make a group, a club, like a mustache club. We should all have a mustache.
Yeah, we could all
funny, actually.
For our C&C Con one day. I'll show up with just mustaches.
That'll be funny. And organize pickup games, 5 versus 5, mustache and non-mustache guys.
Yeah, I'll be on the non-mustache
skins, but with mustaches.
That's right. Derick, dude, it's so good to have you on, man. I'm so glad you can join us anytime. Anything you ever need, reach out. We love having you, bud.
Thanks, everyone. Like Brett, Glenn, and Treble. Treble, what's your? I forgot. What's your real name again?
3ball34. I'll see you at Jesus. Have a good day, my man.
Okay. Thanks,
See you guys next time.
Peace out.
Thanks, CC, Collecting and Connecting.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. Until next time. Okay.
Till next time, man.
Bye.
All right.